We might be live again. Hello, Dan. Aha. Hello. Anybody there? Are we live? Who knows? Dan, you're live. Good, good. Hello. I think we're live again. Sorry if you're watching it. Sorry if we are live right now. I don't know if we're. Oh, we are live. We're back again. Are we on the same stream? It's according to the program I'm on. We just had a power cut, by the way. That's the reason we came off. Dan, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Everything's all right. I told Manuel to use the same old link.
We've been live for the past 2 minutes.
Cool.
We're live right now. Yeah, so
that is amazing.
I don't know. Yeah,
we'll be right back with Manuel because we're not done yet.
Okay, we're on a different stream. Apparently, we're under a different. He's calling in right now. We're in a different stream, and I'm just seeing what the name of that stream is, so I can just change it. Oops. Hi, Manuel. Apologies. I lost power at my house. I have no idea why. There we go. We are under Guitar Stories 50. Let me just edit that, and then we can change it and we're talking. Is the audio still there for everybody?
I can hear loud and clear.
Manuel, is your audio on?
We can't hear you at the moment.
No audio from you, sir? Wow, that was fun. It all went dark.
At least
very alone.
Right back. Yeah.
So, Mama, maybe we need to refresh the page.
So. Oh, there he is. Hey,
he's back. Thanks, man. Apologies for that. First world problems.
Stuff
I'm just
happens.
Gonna name this part 2. Yeah, but it happens a lot on this show.
But I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure why my video is like so bad because like I'm on LAN cable. I'm not quite sure what the English version is, but
yeah, LAN cable. I have no idea either.
Weird.
Yeah, we all look kind of shitty. I look the worst actually. Ha.
Yeah, so we're kind of back. Something happened where we lost power here in Austria, and but now we're back, so that's all good. It wasn't just the internet for the people complaining that my internet connection is bad. It was the whole electricity situation. Who knows? Someone obviously got a bit excited with their tractor nearby. Yeah, I was the last thing I remember before I was in utter darkness was talking about myself. And pressure to be perfect. Is that what we ended on? Is that as far as you got?
I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone want to pick up on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
We should definitely pick up on that for sure. So, yeah. No perfect music anymore. Yeah. No, just kidding. But I actually wanted to say that I think the trend now is it's getting back. You know, everything sounds kind of more organic, natural, and not like 10 years, 15 years ago. You know, the beats like from, I don't know, like hip hop, R&B, whatever, it sounds like more, it's more acoustic, more analog again. I think the voice sounds better than ever nowadays, which is a good thing. It always, it depends on your music taste, or not music taste, but the music genre. When it comes to EDM, everything has to be like overproduced, of course, because it has to. It's the energy. But I think for pop music now, it's going back to something which I like. But that's only my music taste.
I mean, Unprocessed are releasing singles, so obviously you're kind of addressing that. At least the behavior of the audience, how they listen to your music, has kind of changed and goes away from like purchasing an album and kind of dissecting every single song or even consuming it as a whole, to more like checking out single songs of bands that you like, and it's more like a quicker and less comprehensive contact and communication with the artist and with the music. How do you feel about that? Do you still think that the seriousness is still there with the music? It has just changed, or is it a different approach as an artist? How does it feel to you?
I don't know. I think it's the same approach. It's just like not as heavy. But I don't know. Weird to say.
Do you still think that like music as a whole, or music needs to be consumed as a full album, or is a single track itself as a piece of art already sufficient? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is something you mean. Okay, sorry, I didn't catch it. Okay, so I don't know. Like, we are living like in a very single based area right now, because we got those Spotify playlists and stuff. I think the major thing that changed throughout the whole history is the attention. What do you say in English? The attention
span.
The attention span, yeah. Because everything is so quick now. You open Instagram, you open TikTok, and those clips are like 15 seconds. And you got the same thing with music. Like a pop track, or like a track that is nice for the algorithm in Spotify has only 2 minutes. And that's an issue for sure, because it kind of takes away the seriousness of music, because it's all about getting or like becoming sounds for TikTok to get the clicks. This is something I do not agree with, but on the other side, it's something that is good, because you can be heard everywhere now. You can be like a small artist uploading something, and you can go viral with it, which is a good thing. So it is both, but I think it's taking a bit like the seriousness thing kind of is, a bit shitty now, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, it comes with pros and cons. As an artist, you can get like your 50 seconds of viral attention. If you're like just posting a funny video, it doesn't necessarily have to be super artsy or anything like that. But on the other hand, it's also more of a challenge. At least what I see when working with artists, is more of a challenge to kind of stay relevant and stay like serious and get that kind of the whole artistic approach conveyed to the actual consumer, to the listener.
Yeah. People are not a myth. People are not a myth anymore. That's the other thing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So everything about someone. You can hear everything right away. You just have to open your phone, and it's everything is there. So you get bored after a time. This is like, I wouldn't say my generation, but definitely the generation that grow up now is a generation that get bored all the time. And you can.
We sound a little bit like grumpy old men.
We do.
I mean, I
haven't said
always
anything. I've said nothing.
I always, like I always try to be like on the other side too, because like in my opinion, this generation opens up a completely new world, and without that world, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
here, for
Yeah.
example. Okay, so
Absolutely.
We wouldn't be here right now. It's
yeah,
you can knock it, but you
that's the
can't knock
thing.
it too hard. It,
Yeah, that's the thing, and you know, and
I think it's something to do with the power of the internet. I think it's this amazingly powerful tool that we don't know what to do with it. It's like we're playing. We're literally gods with all this information. If knowledge is power, and
Hmm.
we're just being irresponsible with it. And I hope that my kids are 4 and 6, and I hope by the time that they grow into their teens, I hope things have calmed down a little bit. That's not to say that I want to police the internet, but rather
mm,
the way that we as human meatbags use it. It's an amazing tool, but
yeah,
it's like walking into a toy shop and being able to take anything you want because it's right there, and if everything was free, and you might forget some of the stuff that's actually good. And I don't know. I just think, I mean, it was posted in the comments that we live in a disposable society this day, and it's somewhat true. But there's something I wanted to bring up, which is kind of a segue, but kind of relates to what we're talking about, and it was the new ABBA releases. Did either of you guys hear the new ABBA releases?
Yeah.
I recommend that you do. For me, one of them is phenomenal, and one of them is utter rubbish. It's awful. And the one that's phenomenal sounds like old ABBA. It's clearly using modern recording techniques, but it sounds
Okay.
like 70s ABBA, and it sounds cool. The second track sounds like they've tried to sound like ABBA. And what really filled me with joy was that not only there's these great songwriters, and I feel that ABBA are a band that can unite people that come from many genres. I have metal friends who listen to ABBA, and I have country friends who listen to ABBA, and this new ABBA stuff for me sort of links into what you were saying, Manuel, that it's coming back around. It seems less perfect. It seems more vibey, again, to use one of your words, and yes, Brad Guitar Miller, I did say ABBA. What I'm trying to say is I think that if we're looking to the future, we could also look to the past, and maybe there's some more artists that might resurface, helping us accept that I think art is only art when it's not perfect. Otherwise, it's too scientific, mathematical.
Uh-huh.
There is a place for mathematics, but not in everything.
Hmm. Actually, the music style to some degrees, the music style that is very known for that chaka chaka kind of thing is called math rock, which kind of is a juxtaposition to itself, because rock was never like super straight on point and on the grid. It was always a little bit laid back, a little bit groovy. Yeah, but what I think that might be a good seg to kind of talk a little bit about like some points in Manuel's career when there was some kind of controversy. And I don't want to necessarily go too much into detail about that. I just want to kind of uh, bring up the point. I'll kind of go deeper into how do you deal with being in the center of attention of a internet society or internet community that can some kind be very toxic. And for the people that didn't get it, at some point there was that big like topic where some guitarists were kind of being accused of speeding up their stuff and kind of mimicking their stuff online. It was like a storm in a water cup for a couple weeks. And unfortunately, like Manuel was also kind of being targeted at because he posted a couple of videos that were not like recorded live, so rather dubbed. How did you deal with that around the time? Because I think at some point it kind of put you on the map for a lot of guitar players that not necessarily knew you before,
hmm
but it was also a kind of a turning point or very pivotal moment, because you kind of rose from ashes like a phoenix, and you were like you came back even stronger and even more present, and everyone basically knew who you were and what you were doing. Could just like elaborate a little bit on that? How did that hit you, like when at first that that kind of feedback came across with a lot of hate and that the toxicity? How did you deal with that at that point?
Yeah. So we were on tour.
Okay.
We were on tour in the UK, and I just, I noticed that there was something off because a lot of people commented like below my videos, pretty nasty stuff,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
which was not nice. I received a lot of messages, and I received a lot of messages by what I thought back there were like social media buddies, friends, whatever, like heroes I looked up to, saying mean stuff to me online and blocked or unfollowed me to that time, and I didn't know what was going on. And yeah, I actually had no clue what was happening to that time, but then I founded some videos, and I people sent me links where someone, and later like a lot more, made a video about me. Maybe yeah, about me, and saying that I speed up my videos or whatever, like edit it afterwards, and trick people by selling my lessons to them to play like that, but they will never get there because it is all fake. That was basically the intention, because people were thinking I was selling something that can never reached or never be reached. And a lot of people who were like doing videos of them are like teacher themselves, and they just wanted, like, the intention was to saying that it's not, you can never reach that kind of level, so don't trust this guy, and it's fake. And that was like the first wave, and I was like, okay, this is pretty shit, but it's okay, I can deal with that. I will do like live videos and prove that it's like all live. And maybe like I had like videos pre-recorded back then, and I still do it because why not? Sometimes, not always, because like for me, as I started like social media, like I saw a lot of people doing that, and I see a lot of people doing this right now, like even more than before. And for me, it was like never a thing to I don't know, to shit on, kind of, because it was completely normal for me to just present their ideas in maybe the most perfect way, because it's how the freaking world works right now. So I don't know, for me it was never a thing, but it's definitely something different if you speed up your shit and get viral with it. Okay, I can see that, but even if that's the point, which wasn't, it's still not the reason to put videos online seen by millions of people, because you can never look in the other person's brain. You don't know the mental stability of that kind of person. And imagine being a depressed guy, who takes this so seriously and think that the world is ending right now. To be honest, this is why I never say names or never roast someone on the internet, because that's, this would be a nightmare for me to know that someone is in real danger because of that kind of shit. This is really my nightmare. Okay, so that was the first wave, and the second wave was a big YouTuber that mentioned, that put me in the thumbnail, uploaded a video, and it had like 3 million views in like 1 or 2 days.
Okay.
And I was like the face of it. And after that, I Oh, that was hard because like my phone was like exploding. I got like messages by companies and by my like by friends who were saying like, dude, really?
Okay.
And I was like on tour. I was busy. I couldn't defend myself. So I was like in shock and I didn't talk at all for like 2 days.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
yeah, I was like really in shock. And then companies and friends that knew that I was legit and not a fake guitar player or whatever, they came to the show, talked to me, and they were like, okay, don't say a word, don't say something, just maybe post a text on Instagram and say one thing and then end it completely. Because and so I did that. Like I posted something on Instagram that I like that it was never my intention and not like to no to make people angry or something like that. It was never my intention. I just wanted to put out my ideas. I did pre-record some of my videos, but I never sped it up. It was just like I explained myself, which was maybe now I wouldn't do the same thing anymore, but like back then it was like healing for me because I knew that people understood. So yeah, what did I do? I did a lot of live videos. I posted live streams on the internet. I put out even faster videos. And I don't know. I slowly gained more attention, which was good. But actually, that was not only my fault. It was a lot of luck. Because a lot of people were on my side. A lot of magazines were on my side. Even more, then like fans went to diehard fans and haters went to diehard haters. And so I don't know, the fans
More polarizing.
yeah, it was like polarizing, but the fans were like bigger. And I was to that time, then like the NAMM show happened. I played at the NAMM show. Then we went on tour with like on our first big tour with Unprocessed and Polyphia. We made the video with Polyphia together, and I made the video with Tim. I made videos with I went on the Shred collab by Jared Dines and all those kind of stuff. I talked to a lot of guys in Los Angeles who was saying like, "Oh, bro, I'm so sorry." And I talked to a lot of, I talked a lot and I played a lot, and I was myself, even though like I always were like scared of talking to people because, for about like, I don't know, after this kind of shitstorm, you're like super afraid of doing something wrong. Because I was like so anxious to not do this anymore. And, like I was afraid of losing Ibanez as a company.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Because, like when it comes to like it was just in my head, because I think if there's like a shitstorm like that and, you are a company and you have like your image going on, then you don't want to have that. But on the other side, like a company like Ibanez support their artists. And so I quickly knew this was bullshit. And, like companies stuck to me and was like super nice to have like those friends around and companies around and like to get the support. And now sometimes it's still a topic, but this is something like I can laugh about because like at first I got the attention by, imagine I would have done this fake kind of thing, like I would sped up my videos and shit like that and always grow faster on social medias. I mean, this is pretty much annoying for someone who's like working for 10 years and not going bigger. as a guitar. I get that. I would be angry as well if someone like 22 years old grow so big in such a short time.
Yeah.
And you're playing like in front of, I don't know, the same fans since 10 years ago or something like that, or I don't know. Like I would be mad, but I don't know. Like I'm not a jealous person, and I never understood people that want to, like they who wanted to see people on the ground. Can you see that? I don't know. I'm not quite sure, but
they want to see it down and throw you under the bus, basically.
Yeah, put you down.
I always admired that you had that, and I don't know if that is something that came naturally to you, but that you had that kind of calmness, how to deal with that, and kind of rest within yourself to some degree. So that might have been a big plus point. But like from what you just told us, I can totally see like the first blow where you said, okay, that it's going to get better, and then that second blow with the second video, and that hits millions and millions, and then you feel like, damn, what is going on? Is that kind of affecting my career? And what's next?
It wasn't even that. Like I was very sad because like at the NAMM show, like I saw a lot of people, and I saw like someone who did the first video ever, and I looked him straight in the eyes, and I knew that he like recognized me because he started that shit, and he didn't say a word. Like he didn't say a word, and it was like, okay, wow, you're putting this up, getting thousands of clicks with, a riff by me saying that I'm like a fake guitarist, and you're like he was like, or like those guitarists were like, they were all like great guitarists. That's the thing. This is what like frustrates me the most, because they should knew it better. But all of them, like, I don't care if it was like in Los Angeles or like even in Germany, when I saw them, they didn't talk to me. Like the people who uploaded those videos, they didn't even ask me if it's why. Oh, they didn't even say something like, "Yo, you piece of shit, why are you like faking your guitar shit and speed up your videos?" Something like that, But they didn't even like say a word. This is like something that is so confusing for me, but because it kind of represents the modern era, because people are commenting like all the hate, but if you are facing them face to face in person, they cannot say a word. And this is funny because those guitarists are complaining about the modern generation. So yeah, I don't know. It is a weird topic. It was a weird topic, but I'm glad that everything turned out pretty well. I was super lucky, and I'm so grateful, It's all about like keeping up your work. It's all about like consistency, and you have to show yourself. You have to like, I don't know. You're not nobody, even if you always have like friends. You always have like someone who's around, and that's the most important thing.
And let me just point out that you did one of the coolest things where you kind of put that "hands don't glitch like that" slogan and kind of turned that into a great merch item, and I love that when it came out. So that was the right answer.
It's still a meme now, like we got those shirts, and now the chick is still a meme. I don't know where it came from, but that one is super cool. I kind of play with it, without taking it too seriously, but without taking myself not too seriously as well, because, I'm still like, I see myself still as like a professional musician, and I don't want it to be like a YouTube meme or whatever. But this is just like these are just gimmicks.
Yeah.
And
Can you imagine how much money you'd have to pay for that kind of coverage internationally? To promote a latest single or a latest video or a new signature guitar or something. No one would be able to afford that, and it would be less authentic. So I think you've done really well. I understand totally, and I thank you for bringing up the mental health issue, because I know people do not consider that as much as they should. And even on this channel, when I have someone write something to me that makes me feel bad, normally I ignore it, but sometimes like the 10th one in a day might affect me, and I think, well, I wonder what that person's coming from, and I would love to write back, stick it up your ass or something, but
because it's
you have a
people
point
should
of responsibility.
Yeah, people should know it, and those guitarists that made the first videos should know it better, because most of them are guitar teachers by themselves and doing like lessons and master classes, dialing with social media every day. They should know something about the whole mental health thing. But I think like if you're so angry inside you that you want to put up a video like that, there's something, there's something wrong, and it's up to them. It's not my problem. It's not.
But
it wasn't my problem.
Was
That's the thing.
Amongst maybe not all those guitarists that were listed on these videos by these people, was there some cases? Were there some cases of people speeding up their guitars and you just weren't one of them, or how do you feel about the other ones that were mentioned? And you don't have to mention names, of course, but were you just in with a bunch of other players that were gaming the system?
No, I don't know. But like, if I would know, I wouldn't say a name, because
no, I know you
because
wouldn't, but do you understand the
but
question?
No, actually, no. I don't know a single guitarist that speeds up his videos. Maybe like I saw some videos that kind of looked fishy, but my videos looked fishy as hell, because I was like filming with like a old Huawei phone, and I don't know, it's frame rate and kind of stuff, but you never know, you never know. Like, and even if I don't care, I really don't care, sure. And people shouldn't care. And but like most of the players, like I know most of the players weren't that affected. And most of them like did pre-record their videos, like everyone does, but never, like not a single one who were like mentioned in those videos actually sped up their videos, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe they did, but like I said, I don't care.
Yeah. I think it's also a matter of the expectation, because people always want perfect videos, and that kind of perfectionism is kind of driving people nuts to some point. But on the other hand, whenever you kind of put out something that is less than perfect, you will get criticized anyways. So you lose either this way or the other way.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So what's the ideal solution? And I think I've told that anecdote previous episodes before. A couple of years ago, when I was playing a live band, we were playing gig, and we were like a 4-piece band, and we were playing the song, and it sounded good. It was all right. And then someone came to us and said, "Well, it doesn't sound quite like on the CD." I looked him in the eyes and said, "Yeah, that's the point, because that's live. And on the CD, you've got 16 layers and you've got an orchestra and all that stuff. So we're singing like several voices and 4-piece band. What do you expect?" And I think that kind of weird expectation of people is like the main issue why sometimes those worlds kind of collide. I would never expect only 100% or accept only 100% from people, because nobody's perfect. And even as a musician, especially on the guitar, it's such a tricky instrument to kind of be very, very precise and always kind of be 100%, because it's kind of bitchy when it comes to tuning, when it comes to how you play and everything. It's not like a perfect instrument like the piano, if you get what I mean. The guitar is kind of hard. It's kind of hard to master. So where's the point in expecting perfect result? There's no point in that. because it's like it's a process, and mistakes are just human. And if you can't accept that, then you are probably not even accepting yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Totally.
Sure.
Totally makes sense.
I do think that I think we should move on, but there is something that I think one of the main themes was the danger of like not experienced guitar players that could see what was being done and recognize techniques, etc. But beginner guitar players thinking they could never reach that level of physicality, let alone musicality.
Yeah.
And I think what you've done by going live and doing all this live stuff really does. Firstly, it's the ultimate answer to that problem because you're live. And you've done it today on this show in part 1 because we're in part 2 now. But I think you've gone from maybe being the poster boy of faking it for people to the poster boy of showing that it can be done. So there are some young players or some beginner players that can actually see it being achieved right in front of them, and I applaud that. That's the ultimate thing for me, is to stand up there and show it. And now, if anyone has no more to say on that subject, I'd like to talk about Nirvana.
Okay.
I am a huge Nirvana fan. Kurt Cobain is the reason I picked up guitar. Brian May was the reason I loved guitar, but I never thought I could reach that level of playing. And in one of your videos recently, or fairly recently, you did a Smells Like Teen Spirit thing. You are the only person in the world that has ever covered that song that made me feel that it wasn't shit. I love what you did. And I'm not just saying that because, like Tori Amos did a version, and someone always takes something away from Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's like for me, it's the perfect recording of that perfect song, and it just can't be changed, like Stairway or Bohemian Rhapsody. It just can't be changed. And yet when I saw your video, I was like, damn, he's actually added to Teen Spirit rather than taking away from it. And I think what you've done was, I don't know if it was just throwaway or it was live and you'd rehearsed it, but I just wanted to tell you as a fan of that video, I think it's brilliant.
Really, that's so nice because I hate it.
Why?
Because, okay, so the thing is, like those clips, I do like live streams on YouTube, and people, like every time someone becomes a member, he can like suggest a song, and I'm going to play it in my style. And he suggested, Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. And it was like, okay, so it's a thing, it's the game, it's the rule, I should play that. But I was like, before the video, and this is not in the clip, I said, those riffs cannot be redone. Like I did Come As You Are, I did like Stairway to Heaven, and today I uploaded a version of Every Breath You Take.
Okay.
So, and I always say that, like, those riffs cannot be redone because it will never sound the same. It's always the perfect interpretation. And then, like, I play that, and I was like, after that, I was like, I should do something different. And yeah, but I'm glad that you like it. Maybe it's like Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's like, it's just like the new Teen Spirit, my right hand thing spirit.
It's just
that riff.
For me,
I don't know.
It's so far away from the original, and the whole grunge movement was about minimalism and playing less rather than playing more, and you went so far off the scale of what the original player intended that it came back to being like equally as awesome for me I think this is the compliment I can give you, is that I was not a guitar player when I listened to that. I was a music listener. And very rarely do I get to experience the joy of just listening to something and not going, that's an F chord. Or, I just listened. I was like, okay, nailed it. So, yeah, that's that's my interpretation of your interpretation. But yeah, I think it's brilliant.
Thank you. That's
You're very,
really
very
nice.
welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, and as Dan and I always say, we're trying to spread positivity on the show, and I do that on this YouTube channel as well. Doesn't mean you always have to be nice, but it does mean that you have to find the joy in everything, because you got to take people's mental health into consideration. And as you said, including the people that posted the videos about you, we're all fighting our own battles, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I was in a different state like a few years ago, so I know how to I know the whole mental health thing, So yeah, this is something we all should consider, and like the whole YouTube, TikTok reaction kind of thing. It's not for me, because you never know, and I think it should be considered, and it should be talked about more in social media. And this is not because I want to sound like a grumpy old man. It's just because we are all humans, and this should be a thing. Yeah.
Well, sometimes grumpy old men just happen to be telling the truth. They just sound grumpy because there's something we don't want to hear. But the viewers of this channel and many of the people in the chat right now are also big supporters of mental health. And for me, as a YouTuber, as this is my job, I could grow a lot quicker. I could make obscene amounts of money if I dropped the things that I believe in. But I can't do it. I have to sleep at some point, and I'd rather grow slower and grow stronger. And it seems to be working because I'm enjoying what I do. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm very self-reflective, and yeah, I know the people that watch this would, if I upset one of the regular viewers by doing something that was, to use a modern term, off-brand, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Yeah, off-brand, out of character is the word I was looking for, the term. It's just easier to be nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, there's that grumpy old man again.
I mean, it's sometimes for me, sometimes it's not easy to be nice. Sometimes I don't know, sometimes I don't know. Really? Is it easier to be nice?
It can be, because if you don't feel it, you just don't let it get past that thick skin, So you can just be pleasant, but just don't get emotionally involved sometimes. That's something I've learned from running a YouTube channel, is to not... What was it? Don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from, is a term that someone explained to me.
Yeah,
good point.
And my channel and me as a person, I went through many different levels of negative comments, and for me it was a while ago, like 2 years, where my channel was starting to break out of a beginner channel, where people were just leaving nasty stuff about my playing and my personality and my hair and my face and my clothes and anything, and even though my channel is not huge, it's certainly bigger than it was, and people stopped doing that. It's almost as if they said, oh, he's got 45,000 subscribers now, he must be good. It's he's got 4,000. Let's kill him. You can't get any bigger than that. It's a very strange personal journey, and a lot of people that I've spoken to have had the same thing. That when you reach a certain point, people leave you alone.
Yeah. For how long is this channel active now?
It's 5 years, but
that's...
really 4 years, depending on how you look at it. I accidentally opened the channel, so.
I mean, it's not long if you count the whole YouTube career as like one. It's not long. Yeah. It's pretty decent. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
No, well, a very clever man once said to me that numbers are just leverage. Isn't that right, Dan?
Hey, yep. Props to Dave Wiener from Steve Vai's band.
Yeah. Numbers are just leverage.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. Like especially in this modern world, you can gain like 200,000 followers in like one night, but you can be forgotten in 1 week then. So
that's the point. Substance. Sustainable growth and substance. Yeah. If you have 1,000 very loyal fans that's sometimes worth much more than having 100,000 fans that are gone by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So I don't want it to wrap up this episode without talking about what's behind you and the whole art that is kind of vibing with the latest unprocessed releases. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and what's in the background? It looks like a painting. Is that right? Right above your head?
Yeah, it is a painting. It's a little Easter egg.
Do you mind if I put you full screen? So if I can do that, hang on. I'll take Dan away. Dan, you're away, and then can you want to explain to us what the painting was? There we go.
What's the Easter egg?
Oh. I have to jump back in because when we're off screen, Dan, only Manuel can hear us. The public can't hear us. So they didn't know what we were asking him. But Dan was asking him what the Easter egg is and didn't want to say.
No, not really. But it's an Easter egg, and you will get it pretty soon. You will get it on the. I cannot say that shit. Yeah, pretty soon. Pretty soon.
All right.
They did hear us. I apologize. Sorry, they did hear us.
All right. Well, we can maybe solve the mystery on the Insta channel then. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
In a few weeks. In a few weeks for sure.
All right.
But we are having this cool paintings as the single covers, painted by my best friend Jackie. She's my best friend, and she paints those artworks.
Okay.
And
I gotta say, terrific work. It even makes it more stand out.
Absolutely.
It's not just a single release. It's also like a single release plus a piece of art on top of that. It's like, icing on the cake, basically. That's very artsy and very cool to see you kind of also like work with your friends that have a similar desire to create something, but not necessarily music, but art or paintings in that regard.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's super
absolutely
cool.
And it's it fits to the music, so everything's it's pretty cool. Like even like those clothes in the music videos, or like the art itself, or I don't know.
Yeah,
it all fits, which is super cool. And yeah.
Question. Shall we have Jackie paint a guitar?
Oh.
You mean refinish a guitar, paint on the guitar?
Maybe.
Yeah, paint on the guitar.
Is it possible to do like something like this?
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do it maybe we should do it for my custom 8-string.
Huh. You need like a bare like guitar that's just got the primer on it. So you either have to remove the finish, or you just take a guitar that's not been finished straight from the factory. Just got the primer, then you apply the colors.
Sorry, is it Jackie Brown? Because Jackie's in the chat.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackie. Love you what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just asked me about the painting behind my head, and it was like, I cannot say something about it because it's an Easter egg. So
can she paint over a Santana logo? I'm pretty sure she can do that.
That's really funny.
But it would be a PRS guitar, so probably not going to happen, right? Nice one. Yeah, Jackie, great paintings, great job. And like I said, it just adds even more to the overall appearance of being art, music as an art form, and the paintings too. So that's super cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I want to say and finish this episode off by saying I don't have enough time to have a new band in my life, but damn you, I'm going to have to find some time, because now I saw Rain, the video, and I'm going to have to start checking out the rest of your stuff, because it's really, really good. It's really appealing to me, and I don't know what's happening to me. So, yeah, and with Jackie's art as well and everything coming together, I like the little collective you have, and I like the family feeling that's going on, even if it is in shitty Berlin. So I think it's not so bad. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us tonight, man. And thank you for coming back for part 2. I apologize about the world.
No worries.
ending,
Thank you so much
certainly.
for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
So
great
I guess
to you.
what's the future from you? Like, final question: what's the future for you and your band coming up?
To make as much music as we can. And
the guys are booked. You're booked for next year already.
Yes, we are booked. Something.
Can you fill us in about a couple dates? Do you have them?
Again,
right available.
I cannot,
off the cuff.
this is
You
so
can't say
shitty. I cannot say something like I cannot talk to you. I cannot talk open about everything, which is it's
all right. So can you name like countries, or can you just say you're going to tour, or
yeah, we are going to tour a lot. We are going to tour a lot. Like
okay.
For now, I know that like I can say this, I can say that I'm like 100 days away next year.
Holy shoot.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
A lot of tours, a lot of festivals, and yeah, it's going to be really exhausting, exciting, and not boring.
Which leads us straight to the very beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you to the people watching and listening live. Thank you for joining us back for the second part. If you're listening to the audio version, then you've missed Manuel's beautiful face and, of course, Dan's face and my face. So come and watch us on the YouTube as well. But Dan, are you going to ask people to do something?
Yeah, of course. If you enjoyed this episode, give us a 5-star rating on iTunes, and like, comment, and subscribe on Andy's channel. And hope to see you soon next week for episode 53 of the Guitar Stories podcast. Manuel, thanks so much for joining us for tonight's episode. Andy, it was a pleasure as always. And
all right, guys.
See you all next week.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Use my
Bye-bye.
affiliate links.
Bye.
Guitar Stories Podcast, your #1 show for everything guitar.